Yes, I welcome you all for the data structure class. So we seen the queue concept last class. So we are having a two ways. One is front way and there is rear way. Okay. From the rear end we are inserting the data. From the front end we are deleting the data. Okay. So that concept you have seen in the queue. Okay. Queue is what? First in first out operation. Okay, so next what happens, we'll see what are the disadvantages of queue. So as you seeing in the figure, in the diagram you are having 0 1 2 3 4 locations. Okay, so see there 0 and first location is empty. Okay, second and third and fourth location are filled up. So suppose if I want to add new element, it cannot be possible. Why? Because it cannot be possible because what happens if you already inserted the element, if you delete any elements, it will not come back. Okay, it shows the message as what? Overflow. Okay, even though the deleted space is available, it cannot be reused. So that is the major disadvantage of normal queue. How it can be overcome? It can be overcome by two methods. The first method is what? Shift left. As soon as you delete the elements, you go on shifting to the left hand side. Suppose if I delete my element, see the diagram, 10 20 30 40 50, 5 locations are there. Suppose if I delete my location value 10, okay, then what happens? 20 will be shifted to the 0th location. Like this way I'll be shifting out. Then I can insert the new elements. So here what happens, if I go with this method, the shifting is time consuming and insertion is also a time consuming. Hence to overcome this, I go for the next method, that is circular representation. So here I'll be performing what? Mod operations. Okay, mod operations. How the mod operations will be performed? For example, see the diagram in the circular fashion representation. Again it will be same as 0 and again it is same as, sorry for the disturbance, again it is same as the front and rear value. Okay, so suppose what happen if any element is deleted. Okay, so what happens? 0th location element are deleted, it becomes empty. So see the representation. No, I want to insert the 60. So what I can do, so I'll be referring this formula, rear equal to rear plus 1 percentage queue size. So what is my queue size? 5. Oh, so rear value is what now? 4. 4 plus 1 5. 5 modulus 5 is what? 0. So remainder value is 0. So my rear value is shifted to 0, so that I can insert my new element to that position. So here I will be using a model operation so that I can insert any element. So same way I can be used for the deletion operations. Hence I will be going for the circular concept. So next with the circular queue operations. So which are the operations we can perform? Insertion, deletion and display operations. So these are the operations we can perform through the queue. So see here how we can perform the insertion operations. So again initially same thing, both will be, rear will be, front value is -1. As you go on inserting the elements, it will be stored. Okay, suppose if I delete the elements, I can using the mod operations, so I can reuse that space. See the D diagram. So here F I can insert it the 0th location. Like this way I will be performing the insertion operation. Okay, if both the values are both the fields are empty, both the values are -1, then we can say that it is underflow. Okay, next we are having an algorithm for insertion. First what we will be checking, front value is 0 and rear value is q size equal to -1. If it is the case, then what happens, we need to increment the front value. Okay, so that I can insert the values. So at that time it indicates that the queue is full, so it is overflow. If not, what happens, the front value is equal to -1, then what I do, I will be inserting the value with rear value equal to 1. Else not, if already you are having an element but some rear size is filled but the front value is empty, that at that time what I can do, I will be using the formula. See there, I will be using the formula rear equal to rear plus 1 modulus. Again the same thing I will be using, I will be inserting elements. Otherwise I will be following with the previous operation what I told for the same as a general queue. Otherwise I will be following with the operation value what? Front equal to rear equal to rear plus 1 modulus queue size, or otherwise rear equal to rear. Okay, same thing as a normal queue, but here only the modulus operation I will be inserting, and same thing for the deletion operation also. Okay, again it will be checking the values and I will be inserting. Okay, and display operation remains same. Okay, next Next I'll be going for the dynamic array. So dynamic array representation, main thing is what here, the size is automatically allocated. So I'll be using the malloc function as you learned in your first module. So I'll be declaring a malloc function, so size will be automatically allocated. So insertion, again we are using the malloc function here, but display and delete operations remain same as the previous not general queue operations. Okay, so next operation is nothing but what, next concepts we are seeing with what, DQs or double-ended queue. Double-ended queue is nothing but what, you can insert or delete any elements from either front or rear, hence it is known as what, double-ended queue. But it cannot be possible in the middle, you cannot insert any elements, only you can insert from the front end or delete from the front end, or you can insert from the rear end or delete from the rear end, but you cannot insert at the middle. Okay, that is the thing of this operation. Again you are having 4 operations: front insertion, front deletion, next rear insertion and rear deletion, and 2 more operations you are having: input restricted queue, output restricted queue. So in the input restricted queue, what happens, from the front end you can delete the elements only at one end of the list, but allows deletion from the both end. But so input restricted DQ is nothing but what, sorry for the disturbance. So input restricted queue is nothing but what, you can have deletion at the both ends, but insertion can be at only one end. Same way output restricted queue, what happens, deletion at the both ends, insertion at both ends, but deletion should be at only one end. And next one is the priority queue. So priority queue is nothing but what, the elements with the highest priority will be processed first, then the lower priority. If with having a both same priority, then element which is first inserted, that will be removed, or that can be inserted. Okay, see here in the diagram, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so A is having a priority 2, B is having a priority 1. Suppose I want to delete, my first priority will be always for higher priority, so highest priority element will be deleted. Okay, next there are 2 ways to maintain a priority queue. One is array representation, next one way is representation. In the array representation, what happens, we maintain the 2-dimensional array. So see here, if both the values are 1, means at the 2-dimensional array, row value, column value 1, there you are inserting the first elements. 0, 2 means what, second row, 0th row, column, and second row, your second element is inserted. Like this way you are performing when you are going for a array representation. Next, one-way representation, what happens, so you are maintaining 3 things: the value, next priority, next link. Means the element which is you are inserting, next its priority, next link with the next node information. Like this way you are maintaining the priority queue. So this is about the priority queue. So this completes your second module. So if you have any doubts, you can have your interaction in the tomorrow's class. So for your IS syllabus, you are having 2 modules. Thank you.